Hi everybody, how you doing tonight? Yeah, this is a comedy thing where we definitely love to have that energy back, and you might notice when I say something like that and you don't say anything, I'm just going to kind of get quiet and wait. Because I'm like that, you know what I'm saying? I like to tell people that comedy is an interactive thing, and it's best if we're both into it. It's a little bit like sex. But if we have to, we will be comedy rapists. We don't want to be. But if you force us, you know what I mean? Because first of all, you did a great job. I don't know if you were aware of it or not, but it was raining tonight. Anybody notice? Yeah. So you've been living in the Netherlands for a long time, you know? Lekker weer, huh? And of course, the correct answer is heerlijk. You know, unless you're outside of the Netherlands, I tried this once on the countryside. I said it to a guy, and he was like, "Hey, slecht weer." I said, "Yeah, I know." If you don't know what that means, basically, it's lekker weer is wonderful weather or sweet weather, and the answer heerlijk is basically fantastic. You know, because what the hell are you going to do? You know, and the guy said to me, no, it's really bad weather. It's like, yeah, I was aware. It's bloody weather. You know? But that's out in the countryside. You know what I mean? Here in the city of Amsterdam, we have our own little thing going here. So I'm all proud of you for getting here. I don't know if you know these are great nights with crappy weather because it separates the true warriors from those chicken shits that are home right now where it's warm and dry, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you give yourself a big hand of applause for coming out here. That's what I like to hear. You know, with that kind of energy, we're going to have a good night tonight. Because we got 8 comics. They're going to do a little comedy stuff for you. They're going to say stuff, and some of it's going to be funny. Some of it won't, but that's not because it's a bad joke, okay? That's a setup. You know? See, setups aren't funny. This is a setup. And that was the joke. See the difference? Okay? I like that. So, how many people are Amsterdammers? We got Amsterdammers. You're all from the Amsterdam? Who's not? Who's traveled here? Where'd you come from?
Finland.
From Finland, just for this, man. Jesus Christ, man.
Just for you, buddy.
The power of Facebook, man. I appreciate that. How long are you in town for?
4 days.
4 days. Nice. So this weather is good then, right?
Yeah, it's excellent compared to Finland.
I imagine. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. And Bert, where'd you come from? How'd you drive?
From Elsford in Ireland.
Woo, that's a good trip. This is, again, dedication. The man came here to give you his comedic love. You know, give it up for Bert real fast. See that? Yeah, appreciate that. So I'm going to keep my eye on the time so we can keep this sucker tight. You know, because I like to have a nice, tight show. Don't think those thoughts. I wasn't saying any of that. That's you. I'm not thinking of saying those horrible things. I'm a good person now. So you all not paying attention to the news, I hope, because you shouldn't be paying attention to the news if you're into money or health or the future, you know. Focus on comedy. That's what I'm saying here, you know. That's like my comedy's not about stuff. My dad asked me that. He's like, you don't do political comedy. I'm like, no, I don't. I say stupid ass shit that doesn't really mean anything whatsoever, you know. Like my example of one of my, you know, like I'm trying to become a better person, you know. That's why a little while ago I joined the Jehovah's Witnesses. You know. Well, I thought it would open doors for me. Yeah, it didn't work, though, I got to tell you, you know. You learn about people, though. But, you know, the thing, though, if you do that, if you actually go walking around door to door, you know, you want to learn a lot about people. Somebody told me they got a really good job, doing a door-to-door job, because eventually somebody opened that door and they started talking, and the guy was impressed, he got himself a job, you know what I'm saying? So, you do what I'm doing, you get on stage, you talk, one day, not yet, it's only been a few years, but one day someone will be impressed and say something like, hey, shut up, get off the stage now. So let's do a little, where are we from? We need a little show, the crowd interaction. Where are you from?
Germany.
Are you German? Oh, we got a lot of Germans here tonight. Where's my German people? Give me some German noises. That's German noises. You know, in the past, the Germans used to be really loud, so I guess it's a compensating thing, you know. It's happened with Americans, too. You know, a lot of comics say, where's the Americans? And we don't go, woo, no more. You know, we just go, no. I'm one of them, you know. But you got to keep in mind, there's 2 kinds of Americans. You know, there's the Americans that you'll see over here, which is the real rare American, and then there's the 80-90% of them that have never left the country. You know, they consider foreign travel going to a different state. And they're true. I mean, they'll tell you, I went to Athens, in Georgia. Holland, that's in Michigan. But I like to travel the world. I've been in 7 countries I got to perform in. One of them was called that Fedor, man right there, Fedor Emelianenko. I caught you, Emelianenko, Fedor, I don't know. Ekalad. That's not even right, is it, man? Well, what the hell, it's close, isn't it?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, well, and I got to go to the Canary Islands, which was a lot of fun, until you see them in the news, you're like, probably not going to go to the Canary Islands for a little while. Is anybody going to the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh this August? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to go either, I had plans to go, but I'm not positive there's even going to be a Fringe. They're talking about canceling the Olympics, so, I don't know if there's going to be a Fringe or not, but if there is, I'll go, because I enjoy that stuff, So, how about yourself? Where are you from?
From here.
You're in Amsterdam? What you doing? Are you working here? Are you an IT person?
Not really.
No, that's interesting then. Okay, what are you doing? Everyone's in IT. I don't know if you've noticed it or not. It's a lie, I think, but that's what they say.
We're building a movement to replace capitalism.
Excellent, excellent. You got my thoughts.
Cheers, guys.
It's a very high-paying job,
How much for the beers again?
Now they're more expensive. When he gets his way, it'll be a whole lot cheaper. Whoa, that door's slamming in the wind. But I agree with that. I don't know if anybody has seen my little YouTube channel. I have a thing called Socrates Explains Everything. I called it that because, my name is Socrates. I like to explain things. Yeah, I thought it named itself, you know what I mean? Maybe not, but I thought it did. The first one I did was about evolution versus creationism. I figured that we were wasting a lot of time with this whole argument, and I thought we could, get rid of it and save some time. So I wrote that God created evolution. If you can't be happy with that, I don't know how, the atheists complain a little bit because you're like, oh, you mentioned God. You don't believe in God. What the hell do you care? Does it really matter? Throw them a bone, That's what I say, Maybe they're vegan. But who else wants to talk? Would you like to tell us who you are? Where are you from?
Sure, I'm from Cuba.
You're from Cuba. Congratulations. Yeah. Yet another country that, my country has to apologize to. Hey! You got to pick your year. You know what I mean? A couple years ago, it was a little better, right? Under Obama, he was trying to make it cooler.
Yeah, he's trying.
Recently, my mom was going to go on a cruise to Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah, but now that's not possible. No, they're doing it now, but they're not going to do that. Trump blocked that. Yeah, so the little bit of connection between the U.S. and Cuba has been more soured yet again. If you don't know about that, good job for not paying attention to the news. Me, I got nothing to do. I'm a comedian. This is what we do, and YouTube videos and making comments on YouTube videos. It's a thing. It's a thing, Trying to be entertaining, you know what I mean? That's the whole idea of performance in its own way, because I've been doing improv classes with the man at the curtain there, Benedetto. We've done a bunch of improv classes together, and the idea, and also Matthew there, also. Yeah, he loves the spotlight. And, I like the idea of performance is an amazing thing, you know what I mean? We're all sort of in this together, you all spent your night here, you decided, I'm going through the rain, you know what I mean? Hell with it, I'm coming, you know what I mean? And it's because it's sort of an interesting thing. As a group of people, we share this experience, performance, whether it's singers, plays, sports, or whatnot. We love this thing called performance. We love the experience of it. And so I'm pleased y'all came out here to a live show against the hard weather, and I think that's good for you all. And hopefully we're going to make this thing worth it. And I think with that, I'm going to try to figure out a way to get us going now. Michaela still hasn't sung, so we're going to switch our order up just a little bit tonight. And we're waiting on people because of the weather and life, because everybody has lives. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but we all have a little bit of a life. So I like to try to make some sort of energy laugh heading into these things because, like I say, this is a very much of a go back and forth thing. So what I try to do is I try to find a joke, because I find them to be somewhat funny. Not always, but sometimes, So a little while ago, I like to make up relationships on stage, and I find it strange that people think they're real, For a while I was mentioning my wife and then my girlfriend, and people got really bothered by that, I explained to them that my boyfriend agreed with them, but So I actually, I was missing my old girlfriend, and well, she used to make these, really sexy noises when we would make love, like snoring, or swiping right, But the thing is, I can actually explain the snoring. You see, she had told me that she was into cosplay, and I did not know that meant costume play. I thought she meant Cosby play. One thing led to another. So in the end, all my relationships, they all pretty much ended the same way. Just like that French play. Think you know what I mean? Les Miserables. So I'm going to do that last piece one more time, and then you're going to give me so much energy, so much love, that we're going to explode this thing into the first section here, okay? Okay? That's what I'm looking for, because if I don't get it, I'm going to drag it out of you. Because the reality is, most of my performances, they always end up the same way, just like that French play. You know what I mean? Les Miserables. Thank you so much, you guys are great. My name is tonight. Give me some energy. Let's do Ceuvel! Don't ever quit. I did the Groninger trip. I did a stand-up at Groninger, and I just made my trip, my train, and I didn't check in. Yeah, that was an expensive time to go to Groninger to do my stand-up. But and on top of that, I also now in this particular place, I only have one thing in my house that's alive. I have a cactus. I got here when I did the Stand Up for Love show. I'm not sure who was in the cactus department, but I named it Caleb. So it's Caleb the cactus, and he survived. He had a little hard time there in the beginning, but we worked it out. I had to give him more love, and he stayed alive. So it was good. I was happy with that. So I appreciate that. Let's see. See that? I was wondering there. That's a little bit better. See, now it's not loose. That's a little maintenance. So that's stage maintenance, they call that. That's live performance. You don't get to see that all the time, because we could have cut to commercial, but not this place. Yeah. So I'm going to look for energy again, because I love to give my energy, because we're going to keep it going, because this is a tight little show, and you're all here, and we're having a good time so far. Are we having a really good time so far? Yeah! Give me that love for King Lockman!
Thank you, that was my time.
Yeah, keep going there for King. It's a fun thing, as you get used to this thing recently, because I've just putting my own show now for just about a month, and for me, I wasn't as much worried about this part of it as everything else that had to be done. So I remember back when I was really just worried about getting up here and having something to say, which, at the moment I don't have anything to say. But I tried, you know what I mean? I like the idea, by the way. I was, you've heard, I was in a couple, if you've heard of a throuple. You heard of this? It's couple's 2 people, a throuple is 3 people. Yeah. Well, I was in a thringer. Yeah. It was me, my girlfriend, and, the guy that she dates on Tinder. Thank you very much. I like that joke. It doesn't really land so well, but if you get a chance to use a joke you enjoy, you segue into it, because that's the thrill of having a microphone. You know what I mean? So we're going to keep it going, because I like to keep it going at the moment, because we're having fun. We're still having fun? Yeah! This is another person from my home country, and I'm not sure if she's a Trump supporter or not. We never talked about it, but you never know. And it's not the beauty of comedy is I never knew Americans here. I lived here 9 years before going on stage. I had no American friends. But since I've done this, I've met a couple of really cool Americans, and it's nice to know there's still a few cool Americans in this world. So give it up for one of my friends and a good, cool American, Michaela Birch!
All right, I'm going to end it there, but you guys have been great. I want to bring you back to MC. I wish you all a very lovely night. Thank you all very much.
Go for Michaela. I actually spoke to Win. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, it was me, okay? I took the number. I admit it, So this is it's a cool world, you know, there's all these different things going on, and I like to do my little segue. So I don't know if like I said, my name is Socrates, and it's actually my middle name. It was supposed to be my first name, and my mom thought I'd get teased, so they thought I should have another ancient Greek name. Just nobody that anyone heard of, Kimon? Anybody heard of Kimon? See? Who ever heard of Socrates? See? Bad choice, right? Well, you gotta live with your life problems, but so if you don't know Socrates, he had gotten himself in trouble back when he questioned the new system of government that the Greeks were trying out called democracy. You see, he was worried that if the people didn't understand the issues they were voting for, that it might be possible to convince them and manipulate them into voting for something stupid. Yeah, it's laughable now. But in the ancient world, it was a real worry. And they actually had a word for it. They used to call it the Brexodus of Trumpus. Now, I only decided to mention that because the next victim is, he's not American. He's the other country that makes America proud of itself these days. It's a great country. It used to be even bigger and even prouder. And they've never lost a war or a trade negotiation. And they've got one of the world's greatest leaders. I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about England, Great Britain. Yeah. And our next comedian is a very proud member of that country, and he's been living here for a long time, which tells you he's smart. Like all the people in this room, including the guy from Finland. So give me a warm, non-Brexit, or at least European welcome and etc. for one of our great comedians, Ed MC!
The apocalypse won't be so bad if we're all drunk and high. And we're probably all going to die. Thank you for your time.
Definitely give it up for MMG, yeah. Do you see why I say I love these people? Do you see why I love performers and comics, etc.? So that's going to be our first half. I hope you had a great time. I had a great time. Of course, here comes a painful moment because we're doing this in part for a charity. Didn't mention it right off the bat, but we're helping the Love Foundation as we had our introduction. And if we were hoping to get like a €5 type donation, and you don't have to, but it's, that's why I call it a donation. And if you gave us €10, we'd appreciate it 4 times as much, and then extra savings for you. So if you want to get a drink real fast, you can also buy it over there. We take money because this guy has not done his work yet. We're looking at you.
Working on it.
Thank you. Working on it. Yeah, you need some money, right? Yeah, I know. Everyone wants the cash. So we're going to take a pretty quick break because it's crappy weather, and we're going to start pretty quickly as soon as you all seem to be back in your seats, about certainly 15 minutes. So thank you all. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for the first half. We'll see you in the second half. It's going to be even better. Thank you.